Hello everyone, Storm 101 here. Today we'll be taking a look at my final fall 2020 forecast. We'll be taking a look by forecast. We'll also take a look to the models and also the Climate Prediction Center's forecast. So let's go ahead and get started by forecast. You guys can see already. You guys are going to be saying down too warm. I'm going to show you guys why my forecast is so warm than some other people's forecasts. That's why we'll be showing the models this time and then some of my last ones. But let's first start off the northwest. So as you can see here, does not quite include Seattle, but far northwestern Washington, I could see you guys having some slight below average temperatures. This could get expanded to more central Washington, but we're gonna see about that because models will be kind of going back and forth on a trough that'll be nearby across Alaska into some of those regions as well. So that'll definitely be something we need to keep an eye on of. And it's doing this thing again. Come on. Well, we're just gonna try to continue through it. With it like this. Apologies on that. This is okay. Now things are loading. So let's go back to what we were doing. Now you can see here across the central United States and also portions of the Severed Plains, we're gonna be seeing some well above average temperatures across a good chunk of really anywhere from the Rockies of Colorado and New Mexico into Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, the Texas Panhandle, into just west, well, not just west, but really western Iowa, western Missouri, northwestern Arkansas. Those areas, that's where we could be seeing some well above average temperatures. This is where we're also going to be seeing some ridging as well, really to taking place here. Now, analogs have shown, if you guys remember about the snowstorm at Denver in Colorado, someone did some research and really analogs do match that after, if Denver had a very early measurable snowfall, usually there would be all analogs match that there would be a strong ridge across the central and eastern United States. And it seems like it's going to be the case, especially when the models are starting to match up pretty well to the analogs. So we're pretty confident I'm pretty confident on that here of adding a well above average region across a good chunk of these regions. Even though these areas here had well below average temperatures, that only lasted for a little bit over a week, and we're talking about 2.5 months ahead of time. So really well above average temperatures will likely take over really for generally the rest of the fall. At least is what it's looking to be as of right now. These orange area here, that's where we're going to be seeing generally above average temperatures, which includes the desert southwest, the Midwest, portions of Great Lakes, Tennessee Valley, the far southern plains, and also as well as the Ohio Valley and the Mid Atlantic. And then you got your uh, your yellow region. That's where we're going to be seeing some slightly above average temperatures, which includes the Northeast, the Southeast, and also as well as the Northern Plains, far northern Great Lakes, into portions of California, Nevada, and Idaho. And then EC means equal chances here. This is where we could be seeing at times slightly above average temperatures or slightly below average temperatures or just general average, you could call that as well. So, yeah, on that. So that's the temperatures there. Let's move on to my precipitation forecast. And you can see here, there's some pretty good news for the Northwest United States. If you guys remember, Northwest has really been dealing with, really not all the Northwest, but really generally kind of the West Coast have been dealing with some major wildfire issues across portions of Washington, Oregon, and also California. And you can see here above average precipitation across the Northwest. You got above average precipitation across the northern Montana, northern Idaho, into southeastern Washington, into central and western Oregon as well. And this is much needed rain for some of those regions there as well. So that's going to be some good news there. EC is pretty much put in the same way as for temperatures. Here's what it does include: the far northeastern United States, that's currently under the white right now, they'll load in a moment. It also includes, anywhere from California all the way up to the Northern Plains and the far northern Great Lakes as well. You got another region that's slightly above average precipitation, which is across central and southern California. That'll be due to some tropical activity, and also as well as some uh, daily thunderstorm chances down there as well. Then we got a very large area of below average precipitation anywhere from the Rockies of Colorado, New Mexico, eastward into the southern plains to the mid Mississippi Valley, the Tennessee Valley, the Ohio Valley into the mid Atlantic there as well. This is due to ridging. Now, this is good news for farmers out there because during harvesting time they will want warm and dry conditions, and that seems to be the case for a good chunk of these areas. And most of these areas, they're seeing above average temperatures and below average precipitation. You know, we got a lot of farmers that live in these areas, so this is some good news for some of the farmers out there for harvesting season there as well. Then you got your slight below average region, which includes portions of the northeast United States and portions of the southeast, into south central Texas, into the desert southwest, portions of the southern Rockies, the central plains there as well, and the upper Midwest, portions of the Midwest. So, yeah, generally so far I'm predicting really generally a warm and dry fall. Now let's look into my overall forecast here. We're going to go from west to east here. So, this light green area here, these areas here will likely get a much needed break from wildfires, although some uncertainties will get higher in central California. There's some uncertainties down there. You guys could still be a little bit warmer, although precipitation wise, you guys could be a little bit more average for precipitation. So there's some good news on the way for these areas here that have been getting some wildfire issues for a while now. And let's take a look into the two dark green areas here. Got one across eastern Washington, into central Oregon. Got another one across western Montana. This is where we're going to be seeing some stormy conditions. Then your white area there, that's where we're going to be seeing some mountain snow. More likely mid to late season as well. Otherwise, it'll be stormy into some of those regions there as well. Now, I understand you guys did get snow back earlier September, but it's still summertime. Meteorologically, it's fall, but in astronomy science, stuff like that, we're still in the summer. Fall is not quite here yet. We'll see that happen. I think it'll be happening in a few days. So that doesn't quite count to your snowfall total for fall. So just want to put that out there as well. Now your dark blue area, this is where we'll be seeing some cold air blast at times. Now even though I put you guys in the slight above average region for temperatures, you guys can still see some cold air blasts of troughs be able to try to get into some of these regions, but sometimes this ridge that'll be setting up down here could be stronger, could be a little bit weaker, and when it's a little bit weaker, some of that cold air may be able to escape into portions of the northern United States, and if it's stronger, it may not get into some of these regions. There can also be, on average, snow will be late into some of these regions and later in the fall. This yellow area in here, which includes portions of the western United States into uh, northern Wyoming, South Dakota, into southern Minnesota, to central Wisconsin and Michigan. Then you got another area that's far northeastern United States. Just generally warm overall. Not that dry, just, generally warm. This dark orange region, this is where we're going to be seeing hot, dry conditions. Should have expanded this across the desert southwest into New Mexico and Texas. Kind of makes better sense if I expand it down to those regions because it'll be hot and dry with above average temperatures there as well. So, but again, this is where we could be seeing most of your ridging be put in place throughout nearly the rest of the fall. So yeah, on that. In this orange area in here, this is where we're going to be seeing some warm and dry conditions, which includes, desert southwest, forest over plains, the central plains into the Tennessee Valley, the Ohio Valley, the Mid-Atlantic, and even portions of the Midwest as well. This red area here, this is where we're going to be seeing some hot weather. You guys can see some thunderstorm chances down there as well, so your precipitation would be more of probably closer to average, although I did put you guys a slight below average for precipitation, although you guys can still see some thunderstorms in those regions as well. In the pink area, this is where we're going to be seeing some tropics there as well across really for the Gulf Coast states in the southeast, especially where the ridging is going to be in place. I'll definitely watch some of these areas in here for tropics, although the tropics should be dying down as we kind of go through the fall. And that's basically your average here. Right now, we're going downhill with the average with the amount of hurricanes and major hurricanes and stuff like that. So, should expect the tropics to go down for as we kind of move through the fall. So that's my overall forecast here. Now let's take a look into some models. This is your CFS model now. We don't have September from the CFS because we're now in the middle of the September, at least close to. It will also include December, keep in mind of that, but that doesn't really change all that much to compare to other models. Trust me on that. One thing to notice here, it shows mainly with the upper height anomalies here, ridging for nearly the entire United States, although the eastern United States seems to be have less ridging, so you guys may be able to get away some more average temperatures and maybe as well as some more average precipitation there as well. But since December is kind of added into there, if I did put it into specifics of October, November, really in general in the entire United States is warmer than normal. The biggest player here is going to be your trough that'll be sticking around across Alaska and northwestern Canada. And some of that may able to sneak into the northwest, which is possible there as well. That's why that area across the far northwest Washington is so small, because there's still some uncertainties here up there as well. But I think those areas there far northwestern Washington will have a better chance of seeing some cooler to normal conditions. Now I'll show you guys that by the 2 meter temperature anomalies, which is close to the surface here. The internet's currently slow, so I do apologize for that. And it's going to be a little bit too warm. Trust me on that. You can see here, most of your warmth looks to be staying in the central western United States, although that could be a little bit too far to west. I think this will be happening a little bit more to the east. At least I will shift this a little bit more to the east. And what's under this white, missing page here part, that's where we're going to be seeing more closer to average for temperature-wise across the southeast. So, yeah, on that there as well. Yeah, things are really starting to crash on there. So we're going to try to get this done quickly here. This is the CANCIPS model here. And as you can see here, overall, you got some troughing across really most of Canada there and back into Alaska. You got ridging across a little far to the west and also to the northeast as well. I think this is I think this ridging here is a little bit too far to the west. So I think I would expand this to the east there as well, and I think it'll make a little bit better sense there as well. And keep in mind, this is a 3-month average. If you kind of go to a little bit more specifics, it'll be a little bit more similar to my forecast there as well. But since things are very slow, we're not going to be able to take a look into that. Let's see if we can get lucky enough. See if we could pull up temperatures, although we might not be able to. Yeah. Looks like we might just able to on a Kansas model. So while that loads, let's take a look into the JAMSAT model. You can see pretty similar to some of what the other models showing. Seems like most of your warmth looks to be staying across the central United States, but overall, in general, most of the United States look it to be very warm there as well. And here's your precipitation forecast, although I might not able to show you guys that onto some of these other models, but I'll tell you what, it's quite similar to this as well. I'll tell you guys what the other models do show. Tell you what, for number one thing, not that wet across the Southern Florida from what the other models do show. Although what do most models show is the Northwest being wetter than normal, and also in general the Central and Eastern United States will be mostly dry. So, and that's so we do have a pretty good agreement on the precipitation here. Northern Plains looking to be a little bit more average there, but really overall, I think most of the Central Eastern United States should be staying mainly warm and dry, or hot and dry. In the Northwest, portions of the rest probably be seeing more wetter conditions as well throughout the fall. Now, we'll lastly take a look into the Climate Prediction Center's outlook here. This is their 30-month temperature. Now, you can see here they got more than normal conditions really in the entire United States, but some of the most cooler areas will be anywhere from the Northwest, Northern Plains, into the Tennessee Valley there in the Midwest. Although, I think this here should be cut off. Now, keep in mind, this is made back in August the 20th, so it is a little bit old. It's also looking to be quite warm across the Four Corners states and some of the surrounding states as well. But in general, kind of disagree with this region in here, though I would shift this warmer normal conditions to the east there as well. That's something I would probably change there as well. And we'll see that if it happens on their next update. We'll see if we get lucky enough precipitation. Alright, here we go. You can see here in the northwest into northern Montana. Looking to be a little bit wetter than normal. Another area is the southeast there, looking to be a little bit wetter than normal. Drier than normal conditions looks to be happening across anywhere from Nevada to the Four Corner states into the Southern Plains there as well. And the areas with no color, that's basically average there as well. So I do agree more with their precipitation forecast than their temperature forecast. So I think it's a pretty decent forecast by the Climate Prediction Center. But anyways, guys, this is all for you guys today. Hope you guys did enjoy this my final fall 2020 forecast. If you guys did like this forecast, hit that like button. If you really do like my channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you never miss an upload. If you guys have questions about this, you can put a comment section down below. I'll answer you guys' questions. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.